saying when you got a good team and you still need help. That's for the last player.
Looking to throw on first down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
And the offense, after giving up that sack, they're not going to take time to think about what happened. They're going right back to the line of scrimmage to try to run another play.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Here comes the heat. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got two of those on that one. The Gators getting set on first and 10.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
He'll try it again on second and 10. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. Back to pass, it's Sanchez. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. When these two first met in 1937 in Baton Rouge, LSU shut out the Gators. Florida would notch the first road victory in this swampy series when they beat LSU on the Bayou in 1956.
And a lot of history between these two teams, because even when there were two divisions in the SEC, this was a constant cross-division rivalry featuring lots of NFL talent and some really dramatic games. I remember being the #1 team in the nation back in 1997, going into Baton Rouge and losing, and the fans rushing the field, tearing down the goalposts. These two teams have unbelievable fan bases and lots of talent on the field.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Wants to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Buys a little time with his feet. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away, because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And defensively on third down, man, that is absolutely your goal. You want to play top down, play back. If they want to dump the ball off to the running back, so be it. But you got to tackle them, and you got to get them to the ground. And that's exactly what this defense does, and they force the fourth down.
Going to the run, it's Benjamin. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short? They'll start this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Quarterback making checks. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down.
Not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Running inside, it's Benjamin. Breaks into the open. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown LSU! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Catch in the middle, it's Howard. And it's a fumble on the play. And he was able to get back on top of it.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball?
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Got a man, it's Howard. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready because you can tell they're right back on the ball to run another play.
The Gators in the hurry up. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
No rest for the wicked for this offense. They are taking shots. You just saw a big explosive play on the previous one, and right away they get back to the line of scrimmage, and they throw it in the end zone. They have got this defense on their heels.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing.
Touchdown, Gators! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And he tacks on the extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Looking downfield, it's Sanchez. Makes the catch. It's Benjamin. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Western. Freeze. Go.
Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Gonna look downfield again. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
And I don't know how to explain that one. Fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Wants to fire on second down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the eight ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Might be changing the route. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on third and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind there. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and force the fourth down. And now you can make the decision on what you want it to be, but I like the execution by the defense.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. To the air, it's Sanchez. Under fire. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He hurls one deep down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And the Tigers will try to punch it in on first and goal. Snaps it in the shotgun. Trying to barrel in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. On the run, it's Benjamin. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Dropping back, it's Sanchez. Makes the grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Give to the running back. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Benjamin. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. This will likely be the last play of the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Complete in the middle. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. To the air, it's Sanchez. Fires to the big fella. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be... tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Never in my life.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, that's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a play for it.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early. And on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
He couldn't find much running room there.
Straight
Didn't get a lot of
puss.
blocking, and he'll step out of bounds.
Little bitch-made ass
The
nigga.
Gators
Crying
sending
like
the
baby.
offense back to work. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt. I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Gonna take a shot. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Looking for a man. It's Sanchez. Fires one high and deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Love the coverage on the back end. The defenders staying right by the receiver, the intended target, and as a result, that ball's incomplete.
Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Zings it complete to the right. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field really good decisions by the QB.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! What a grab in the end zone for 6. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in
Target
these types of
practice.
rivalry games, David. So this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Slips one guy, and now he's loose. So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure, guys, if it's not decision time to go to the other guy to see what he can do, because this passing attack has not been great.
Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at 2nd. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have one timeout remaining. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get them. Back.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back.
Dragging it out long for you too, bum.
What happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet? The pressure just
The
forced
reason
him to
why I
have
keep
to
doing
work
it.
off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Back to throw, it's Sanchez. He's going to let it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it way down the field. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. The finisher, the exclamation
That's a straight
point
shot.
on that drive.
I do not play like
Man,
bums.
touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the school.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea.
Keep asking why I ain't running.
I know you guys got some speed.
Target practice.
Maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The Gators are in the hurry-up.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quickly to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. He's loose on the right. To the house. Touchdown, Florida.
And how about the big tight end doing the work for the quarterback, man? Nice, short, safe throw. And how about the speed, the athletic ability? You've seen the evolution of the tight end in the history of football, and this is exactly why. They went from being a big target to now a guy that can make plays after the catch and make big home run plays like he did right there.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Scanning the field, it's Sanchez. Grabbed in the middle, it's Clark. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going for it all. Picked off to stop the threat. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The door looked slammed shut in this one, but that last interception may be just the slightest crack in opening here.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Not a lot of room to field this one. They stop him immediately, flying down the field, and get to him before he can even get started. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. They want that clock to run. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and how about the linebacker? You know, you ask him to do so much on the football field to cover so much ground. You don't always ask him to go man-to-man, but when you do, the linebacker comes through, swats the ball to the ground.
Flushed out of the pocket. Took a shot as he threw. Another incompletion on third down.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory.
Booster, booster.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Now adjusting. They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the 4th down stop. Great place to start for this offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His 2nd big game-changing play in this football game.
Back to throw, it's Sanchez. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Hunter. Across the 25, he's got room. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Tigers come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10.
But you trying to use it so bad.
Wants to throw it again. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day.
Touchdown LSU! We're on the sideline. Got it in the end zone.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And they did tack on the extra point. So a relatively short drive covering 39 yards. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just...
He gave his receiver a chance, and it pays off. What a tremendous grab. They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He goes right back to the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Howard.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. And they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Fourth down, Songa Bolatelli. That's reeled in. It's Benjamin. He will not pick up the first down. The desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate. To throw, it's Sanchez. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get it?
He unleashes a long one. Goes high to pull it in. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter.
A shot toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball.
And the defense gets the big third down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't...
Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the two-point conversion. Throwing, Songa Bolatelli. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Second down, he'll throw it. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. One more play to pad the stats. Looking to throw, it's Sanchez. Lets it fly. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the sealing touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but there are some games that no matter what the coaches say, they just mean a little more, and they hurt a little more if you lose.
They do, and that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some games that are highlighted before the season that this game matters more, and it's not that the other ones don't matter. It's just that the hate runs so deep for some of these rivalries and some of these kids that grew up across the street from each other that went to different schools, Jesse. You can feel it.
David, you're absolutely right, and I...
gets the back moving. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Got his man. Strong, firm tackle.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
And the Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Trying to move them on the counter. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. He just caused so many problems for the defenses we face. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. First down here for the offense. The run inside. It's Benjamin. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. On the run, deep down the right side. Leaping grab for a big gain. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. Touchdown, Florida. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive, and you handle your business. You get in the end zone.
Don't trip. It was a player before last, and you got big riders.
It got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over.
Nah, I play man.
That's why the offense early executing and quieting this crowd down.
Takes the handoff. It's Benjamin. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. To the air. It's Rayner. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Fights off the defender. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.